Come on in to Sister's Tarot. Gather round, everyone. I have here my trusty magic 8-ball. Let's take a look inside, see what it has to show us today. This is a general reading for the water signs. Take what resonates and leave out the rest. If you don't resonate with the reading, feel free to check out my other videos. You may have some messages there. And without further ado, let's start the reading. I hope all is going well for you and that everything's going well. And I'm using the Garbage Pail Kids Tarot. And I forgot my fan that I use for a stand, so I'll just use them here. And left it where it was. Not recording where I had. I'm recording the same place, but I'm not staying in the same place. So I get everything in order. Everything's in right now. Yeah, let's fly. Here we go. All right. We have the 9, my bad. The 9 of Cups in reverse. My bad. Okay. The 8 of Cups. Too many cards. And the Lovers in reverse. And the 8 of Swords. At the bottom of the deck we have 7 of Wands. Okay, put this aside. We're going to start with the 9 of Cups in reverse. Things have been feeling upside down for you, and you're not feeling happy, much less content. And things have been a bit rocky, and that you're ready to leave the situation with this 8 of Cups. And you're also not feeling complete within your love. Now, when I say your love, I'm not picking up relationship with this. You're not feeling the love within yourself right now, is what I'm picking up. So you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, is what I'm picking up from this. So you're having a hard time trying to not only balance things out within yourself, but trying to find that stability you need to where you're happy again and feeling content and feeling that love within yourself. And it also has you feeling constrained with this 8 of Swords, feeling stuck in stagnation. And like you can't make any moves or get anywhere. And then you have the 7 of Wands. And it feels like you're fighting to stay on top at all times, and that you're constantly having battles coming at you, especially when you have these UFOs in this situation. They look mad. So they're attacking the Cyclops in this. And you're feeling out of sorts because of it. But despite all of this situation happening, let's see what else there's to show, because all hope is not gone, even though it might seem like it, especially with all these cards that are showing up. So I'm going to take another row of cards to see what else that this reading has to show you, some advice or how things can unfold to get better for you and not staying in this situation. So I'm going to get another row of cards. Okay, that's too many cards. Come on now. The Nine of Coins. Now, this being underneath the Nine of Cups in reverse, even though things have been feeling like you're feeling upside down and not beside yourself even, and things not meeting your wish fulfillment, this is helping you to step more into your independence, whether that be stability through finances and resources. But I'm also picking up just within yourself. So all of this is happening to help you to become more independent. So this is what the chaos is all about, is what I'm picking up from this. So this is something that was needed and is needed to help you to bring you to your independence that you're needing at this time. And I'm also picking up that you've been needing for quite some time. Take another card. Okay, let's just fly out. Eight of Wands. Well, it wants to like fly out. So I'm picking up, once you leave behind a bad situation, things are going to start really picking up for you, and it's going to feel like it's, especially I'm picking up, this is not the first time I picked this up with the eyes just bulging out like this. It's going to be quite a surprise for you how things are going to start working out in your favor by leaving behind people, places, and things that no longer serve you, and bring you not only to your independence, but propel you forward, because where you have been in a situation has been holding you back. Take another card. And you'll blossom in this new place, is what I'm picking up too, or situation. And then we have the King of Swords, or Queen of Swords, take it however it resonates. And this being right underneath the Lovers in reverse. I'm picking up with this Lovers in reverse, especially because I was picking up this is not a love situation. This has to do with you, internally with you. With this here depicting, I picked this up more than once with the swords. It's like razor sharp words. You might have said some things in a sharp way, and that was not coming across in a loving way, but you had your reasons, because considering all these cards coming together, there was something combating against you, causing you to have to be so blunt and sharp with your words. So regardless of how it might look on the outside to other people, internally deep down you were not just saying this because you were just being out of sorts, just because you had your purpose, you had a real reason. You were having to stand your ground, like this Eight of Wands. Seven of Wands, with all these attacks coming at you from left and right and all angles at you. Last card. Then we have the Ten of Coins. So with this right here, I'm also picking up, with this being underneath the Eight of Swords, one of the things that's been making you feel held back is not only your homestead, but your finances. So with this independence, this Nine of Coins and this Ten of Coins, I'm picking up, everything's going to coin together with you leaving a situation, people, places, or things, take it how it resonates. And it's going to cause you to step more into your Ten of Coins, having that structure, that stability, that happy home structure, as well as your finances coming together the way that it ought to and the way you need to. I'm going to see if there's any clarifiers that I need before I move on to the Oracle and see what I'm getting overall. I'm seeing with these stars here, there's better days ahead of you by you leaving, because you'll be able to soar not only to greater heights, but with this being a butterfly, like coming out of the cocoon, you'll be able to transform, because the people, places, and things you've been dealing with and are has been holding you back, because you're not able to live out your true purpose or your full potential, because it was holding you back in stagnation with this Eight of Swords. So by leaving the people, places, things, this will help you to grow and to flourish and become truly who you're meant to become, and be more independent and stable and structured, not only within yourself, and find that loving place within yourself again, but financially. And things to start really going from stagnation and holding you back to quickly propelling you forward, because nothing will be holding you back at that point once you leave this people, places, or things, and are. I'm saying and are because I'm feeling guided to say and are, because it can either be all the above or just whatever parts fit your situation. Take it however it applies. Use your own discernment and pray whether this is your reading or not, and what parts are, and what to take and leave out. So let's see if there's any clarifiers I need before I move on to the oracle. Okay, I'm here to take two. Let's see. One for this one and this one. Okay. I'm going to start with this one. Getting a clarifier for that. Clarify the Eight of Cups. An advice card. It kind of went sideways, but I'm feeling it's more up. So with this Ace of Cups, that means that will definitely give you a new beginning of your cup feeling like it's flowing over. Sort of like your holy grail, so to speak, by you leaving this people, places, and or things. Again, take it however it applies, whether it's all the above or just aspects of it. Leaving this people, places, and or things will help you to come into your Ace of Cups, which, and again, I'm picking up like a holy grail situation. Like, this is your biggest, not only wish fulfillment, but will be an overflowing of prosperity is what I'm picking up. That will also lead you to your overflowing of abundance, because you have to have both more for it to truly come together with the blessings that you deserve. And you'll be able to come back into balance again. Now I'm going to take a clarifier for the Seven of Wands and an advice card for it. With all these attacks you're dealing with, and how to overcome it, and have the courage to leave this situation like you need, whether it's people, place, and or things. No, it's so sideways. If it comes out again, I'll take it, because I don't know where that. Plus, of course, that was this is the reversal card. I'll go ahead and read what I was going to get from that too, but I'm going to take another card. Your creativity will come back into balance too. So if you've been lacking creativity, that'll help too. Then we have here we have the Independence again. This is just definitely going to show, and here he shows up again, along with the Knight of Swords. So things will start racing forward in a positive way for you, because this is the fastest knight in the deck. And then you have the King of Wands, which is, he's a very creative and a businessman. It can be man or woman, but your creativity will be overflowing, and things will start picking up for you in a very fast and steady, fast way, especially what I picked up with this Eight of Wands. And then independence is definitely wanting to show itself again. So all of this is teaching you how to stand on your own 2 feet. How to stand on your own feet. So that way you can be more independent and to take care of your own business without any hesitation is what I'm picking up. So you grow more into the person you're meant to become, and become the stronger, better version of yourself. so you can overcome all these attacks that you've dealt with, where it seems like people, places, or things are coming at you from all sides, from both sides is what I'm picking up. I'm going to go ahead and close out this reading. Not close out this reading. Go ahead and move on to the oracle part of the reading. Good grief. Anyway, so I'm going to move on to that now. Okay, we're going to start with the universal messages. The more energy and attention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. So you're being guided to bring more of your energy and attention to your faith. So have more faith in the situation that things will get better, and it will help set you free and to help you have more courage. With that 7 of Wands, along with that, is what I'm picking up from that, is really going to be what sets you free. So you're not feeling like that 8 of Swords situation where you're feeling bound and tied and stuck in a situation with people, places, and or things. Okay, now. Okay, take that. Good grief, I'm trying to get my hair situated. Okay. And we have obstacles are detours in the right direction. So see, that's just helping you to see you've been on the wrong track is what I'm picking up. Even farther on that, so in order to propel you in the right direction, these detours happen because you were not on the right path anyway. So these detours were meant, and obstacles were that kept coming at you, whether it was due to people, places, and or things, was to help you to right yourself and put you on the right track where you weren't before, so you are in the right direction and headed the right way. Because things aren't going to work out for you the way you need for it to if you're not in the right place to begin with, and you meant to go somewhere else. Because if you're meant, let's say if you're in point A and need to be at point B, because point B is where what you're meant to do. But if you're not at point B and you're still stuck at A, how are you going to do point B's, what you're meant to do? As in, let's say if you're in your hometown versus needing to move somewhere else. Your talents, gifts, or whatever you're called to do, what have you, is not where you're currently are living. So unless you move to this new place, things are going to work out for you because you're not living your purpose. So you have to move away from where you're currently staying, whether it's where you grew up or not, in order to have things work out for you, because they might not provide the kind of things you need where you're staying now, versus where the new place will have many opportunities versus no opportunities, because they do not provide that type of thing that your talent or gifts or whatever you're meant to utilize with your gifts or talents, they might not have those resources like this new place would. So you would only be getting in your own way. That's why things are not working out for you, is what I'm picking up. And with these stars all around this hummingbird, you're meant to stand out and shine. You're meant to do things in a different way, in a different, not outside the mundane, outside of a box. You're not meant to be in a box. You're not meant to do things like everybody else that you grew up with, because you're meant to do something different. You were given certain gifts and talents for a reason, not to sit on them, but to use them. And let's say if you live in a small town, they're not going to provide you what you need to utilize your gifts or talents in a way a big city somewhere else would. Even if, let's confirmation with the train horn. Because even though you might live in a small town, going to a bigger town in your same state, if say for those that live in a state, just use that for example, because I know everybody that views it does not live in the States, but I'm using that for example because that's where I live, is in the States. Let's say if you live in one state, even though you live in a small town, just going to another bigger town in that same state still might not help you. Moving to a whole different state is what you'll need. I want you to use your discernment. Of course, use your own discernment and pray on it, but this is what I'm picking up from this reading. So whoever is meant to have this reading, this is what this message is letting you know. Where you're at is not going to have the resources you need to utilize your talents and gifts. So you have to move from where you're currently living and move somewhere else that does have the resources. So that way you do use your gifts that you're meant to and your talents, because you're meant to shine. And see, a hummingbird can represent uniqueness. So you might have some form of unique gifts or talents, even though there are many people that could have the same type of talents you do. Everybody's talents are not quite the same because there's still something different about it. And let's just say you take the hummingbird, for example. You capture a hummingbird and put it in a cage. How happy do you think that hummingbird would be versus free out in the world? It would not be happy in the cage. It wants to be free. So to set yourself free, be fearless and step out your comfort zone into the new place. Even though it might be scary, it's better to face your fears and overcome them and to move somewhere different, because that new place is where the resources are that you need to utilize your gifts and talents versus where you're currently at. Especially say if this has been your hometown ever since birth or since childhood. If you stay stuck here, all you're doing is hurting yourself and standing in your own way. So I'm picking up too, there could be some people that don't want you to leave, but in the end, whose life is this? Yours or theirs? You have to do what's right for you when it comes to things like this. Doesn't mean you have to shut them completely out of your life necessarily, just you have to go where you're meant to use your gifts. God gives you gifts and talents for a reason, not to sit on them, but to use them. And you can't do some things where you grew up because they don't have the resources for it. You can't make them have resources. You have to go to where the resources are. I mean, many times you can use what you have and work with that, but certain things just aren't going to work that way. I'm going to go ahead and get another card. And the more you might be stubborn, I'm picking up, the more you might be stubborn to try to stay because you don't want people, place, and thing being the reason why you leave. More times than not, with this whole obstacles and detours is in the right, obstacles are detours in the right direction. Those people, places, and or things were put in your way for a reason, to make you want to leave. So you go there to the new place because the new place is where you'll thrive. Because sometimes, more times than not, us as human beings, we're stubborn. We do not want to move somewhere because we like it where we're at because it's comfort. But God will do things to put obstacles and challenges in your way to make you so uncomfortable that you have no choice but to leave because you're meant to go to the new place. So sometimes it might seem like, oh, well, these comebacks are just happening because these people just don't like me. Did you ever think maybe God's just wanting to let them be what puts in your place to be the obstacle and challenge to make you leave? Because otherwise you would not leave because you're too comfort. If you're in your comfort zone, you're not going to leave. So it's like the mama bird pushing the baby bird out of the nest. The baby bird's not going to leave the nest if the mother just cuddles it. It has to push it out the nest sometimes to make it leave. So this is a type of thing that, say, God, our Heavenly Father, will push us out of the nest, saying, no, this is not where you belong. You belong in this new place. So you can fly like a bird, metaphorically speaking. You can't fly in the nest. If you stay in the nest, you would never go anywhere fast, and you would just die in your nest. You don't want to do that. And when I say die, it could be on the inside, not just physically, just any sort of way. You're doing yourself an injustice staying where you're at versus going to the new place. So the more you're trying to be stubborn and stay in this place you're staying and not moving to the new place, that I'm feeling whoever resonates with this reading already knows where they're supposed to be going, but they're being stubborn and want to stay exactly where they're at. And the more you try to stay where you're at, the more obstacles and challenges are going to come your way to make you move. Because see, we as humans are stubborn, but guess what? God can out-stubborn us each and every time. You're going to go eventually. So you might as well stop making things harder on yourself and go willingly, instead of putting yourself through all this chaos that you're actually causing for yourself more than you may realize, because you're being so stubborn to stay in a situation because you're the comfort. But you cannot grow in comfort. You grow in the challenges and the obstacles and going somewhere new, not in the same. So I'm going to get this next card. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. So with this being said, it's more on faith. Have faith in God and the universe that everything is happening for a reason, and to trust the guidance that you're being given, and stop trying to take so much control of the situation yourself, and just let go and let God take the reign is what I'm picking up. I'm also picking up, this reminds me of a jawbreaker here. I'm trying to see what am I getting from this jawbreaker. Okay, I'm picking up your whoever resonates with this reading is as stubborn as this jawbreaker, as it is to break a jawbreaker. So again, you're just doing yourself an injustice. So it's best that you go with the flow of what God is trying to get you to do versus what you think is best, because your comfort zone is where you're at versus the new. So I'm going to go ahead and get another card. Okay, I'm feeling guided to go ahead and take these two cards. So I'm going to go ahead and take both. I choose love no matter what. The moment I embrace my peace within and surrender, the outcome of, okay, I'm reading that. I need to read that in a different way. The moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. So see, surrender to God in the universe, allow God to guide you where you need, and to choose love over fear. So, as in, love yourself enough to overcome the fear of the situation of going somewhere new that you've never been or that you're not familiar with, because that's where the resources are to utilize your gifts and talents versus where your hometown or wherever you've been currently living for however long, whether it's through birth, childhood, or not even that long. However, whatever the place you are, again, use your own discernment and pray on this and meditate even on whether this is your reading or not. But whoever this reading is for, this is the message. But it's, of course, your free will to decide if you want to take it or leave it. But the advice here is to stop getting in your own way, because you're just making things harder on yourself by doing so. And at the bottom of the deck we have, my faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. So this situation is also teaching you many things about how your faith can turn, it has the power to turn trauma into healing, and the conflict you're going through into growth, and to turn that fear into love. So the fear of leaving the situation, leaving where you're at, will give you more of love in your life, is what I'm picking up from that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and now move on to the Manifest Your Soulmate Oracle. That is too many cards. Okay. here. Don't help that I had to turn off my AC in here. It's so loud. I may have to just try to figure out how to have that on still because it's hot. I'm going to go ahead and take this card. Let's see. This is in reverse, but never make permanent decisions on temporary feelings. So with that being in reverse, I'm picking up the reason why you're hesitating because you're still not sure if you've been trying to make these decisions off of irrationality, as in just on your feelings in the moment. But I'm picking up that those feelings in the moment are happening to get you to leave, to move, to not be where you're located at this time. Is to make you so uncomfortable you cannot stand it anymore, so you will leave. Otherwise, you will not move. Because, again, I'm picking up someone stubborn as a jawbreaker, how it is to break one. So, you're just doing yourself an injustice. I'll go ahead and get a card. That's too many cards now. Come on. The reason it hurts so much to separate is because our souls are connected. Okay. This hasn't been a love situation, this reading. So I'm picking up to see what's coming out of this besides what the general meaning of this card is. I'm picking up, this is your soul crying out to you, saying you are not feeling fulfilled because you are not doing something on a soulful level, and you're not going to be able to stay where you're at. Your soul is yearning to be connected in the right place. It's not feeling connected because it's not where it belongs. Your purpose is somewhere else. Until you're living out your soul purpose, your soul is not going to feel connected. Therefore, you're not going to feel connected, and you're not going to feel love within yourself the way that you need to. And you're just going to keep holding yourself back. I'm going to get another card. Come on, now that's too many cards. Excuse that hiccups. Follow your heart's desire and manifest the heck out of your life. So see, follow not only your heart, but your soul's desire and manifest it. As in, don't just dream for it. Make it happen. You can't just imagining it happen. You have to take those actions is what I'm picking up. It's not just about the manifesting. It's about the actions behind that manifesting. So therefore, you have to take the initiative to move from where you're currently living in order for you to flourish. Like this hummingbird here. And be like the wise old owl. And listen to your soul. What does it want? What is it yearning for? Then we have, when you meet your soulmate, you'll feel free. When you meet your soulmate, you'll feel calm, no anxiety, and no agitation. Again, since I was not picking up love, I'm still not picking up love in this reading. So again, with this, what I'm picking up is by listening to your soul and going in your purpose of your soul purpose and moving, you will feel calm again without the anxiety and agitation, because all of this chaos and obstacles and anxiety and agitation you're dealing with is because it's to push you out of the way, out of here. If you want to overcome that and have the calmness, the peace, and no anxiety and agitation. Listen to the guidance you're being given, the heavenly guidance that you're given. And don't be so stubborn about staying where you'll know if this is your message or not, because I'm picking up heavily. You've already been being prompted. God has been trying to push you out of where you're at. So you already know if this is your reading just from that alone. But still use your own discernment and pray about it. And then you have life. At the bottom of the deck we have, your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change. Change, which also means change of location. You cannot stay in the same place and expect change to happen. Not only you have to change within yourself to have the change, but change of location. And be free like this bird. This is 3 sets of birds in this reading here. And plus it's a crow that's been, I think that's a crow. That's been, or it's a bird anyway, that's been going off almost this whole time of this part of the reading, of the oracle part of the reading. So if that's not clarification that you need to free yourself, like the bird, and fly out the nest, and get to work on your life and soul purpose, so you will come out of this agitation, anxiety, and feel calm and peace. So you're ready to make that change, not only within yourself, but really more so, not really so much in yourself, it's not what I'm picking up, is change of location. Because staying where you're at, you don't have the resources is what I'm picking up. I'm picking up heavily where you're currently at is not going to have the resources you need for the types of gifts and talents you have. So you have to move locations. And again, I know all the viewers that I have on here are not from the States. I'm just using this for an example because I am. So say if you're in a state, a certain state, whatever state that would be in, this moving from one city to the next in the same state is not going to help. You're going to have to move further than that. Go where you're being guided. So if you're being guided to a whole nother state, even if it seems like it's across the whole United States, have faith and trust. Like this says, when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. Trust the guidance that God is giving you, that everything will work out. Don't worry about, well, this, that, and the other, about, well, what if what was being left, and what's this and what's that. God does not lead you to go somewhere to lead you astray. Everything will be taken care of. So have faith in Him and in the situation and in the universe, that everything will put you in the right direction. That's why the obstacles are there and the challenges, so it will detour you in that right direction, out of where you're at. All right, we're going to take one more oracle for this reading. I'm going to use the energy oracle before closing it out. Move these out of my way. I'm going to take that. We have blossoming abundance. See, this will just help you blossom and have that prosperity and abundance that you were looking for. Because you're not going to be abundant where you're at, because you're not meant to be there. Because again, God gave you these certain gifts and talents for a reason. But if you're living somewhere where they don't have the resources that you need to utilize them, then it's not doing you or anyone else any good. You have to move to the location that has the resources, so you can blossom in your abundance and your prosperity the way you're meant to. So God can bless you abundantly and prosperously. So you'll be rewarded by listening. If only you'll listen and get out your own way and stop being so stubborn. Then we have yin yang. So, with that being said, just help you again find that balance within yourself and in your life and livelihood is what I'm picking up. Everything is about balance, and you're feeling imbalanced right now. But just like when I was picking up what at the top of the card when I was getting the advice cards for the Two of Pentacles. You're feeling imbalanced, but this will help bring you back into balance. Because again, with that, we started out with the Nine of Cups in reverse. You're feeling upside down, therefore you're not feeling balanced. This will help bring you back into balance by changing locations, by going where you're meant to go to utilize the gifts and talents you have, because they have the resources. And I'm picking up, you'll be more happy there because you'll be around more like-minded people, that's also on the same level with you on a soul level, spiritually, and all of that, all in alignment, mind, body, soul, spirit, all of it. And you'll feel more in alignment because you'll be around people that will meet you on a soul level and be more of what where you're meant to be, because you're meant to vibe together. And people that will actually understand and get you, and vice versa. We have Cornucopia in reverse. Now, what I'm picking up from that is, I'm picking this as your blessing. It's on hold, because until you move, you can't have it. And the reason why you can't have it is because your blessing is the reward of you listening and using your gifts and talents. You're not going to be able to do it where you're at. So if you want to write this so your blessings will come in, you have to move locations. And trust and have faith in God and the universe and the situation and what you're being guided. Again, use your own discernment and pray and meditate on it. But again, I'm feeling strongly, whoever resonates with this reading, you've already been getting this prompts. You've already been being shown you need to move. This is just your confirmation, and it's time to make that move. Make that change of location. Stop being so stubborn and standing in your own way just because it's all you've ever known in your comfort. But you can't grow in that comfort. And you certainly, if they don't have the resources that you need for your talents and gifts, that's like sitting on a egg forever and expecting it to hatch in the way that you expect it to. I'm picking up, you're doing something that could cause that egg to rot rather than be born, to hatch. So you don't want it to expire is what I'm picking up. If you sit on it and to where it's not being, you're suffocating it, it's going to expire and rot, and therefore never be used, go to waste. And wouldn't that just be a tragedy to do, to waste such a talent or gift or gifts and talents? Take it however, whether it's plural. I'm picking up whoever resonates with this could be plural, have many talents. And I'm picking up with the word real here. You really are really talented. Extremely talented. Oh, and then at the bottom of the deck we have door to value and strategy. So make a plan so you save up, even if you have to. Make a plan and move, because this is where the door of opportunity of your value is, in the new location. One last card. We have two cards. I feel guided to take both. We have man holding a coin and broken heart. You're breaking your own heart is what I'm picking up. and holding yourself back from your blessings and your wealth and abundance and prosperity, all of that coming through. It's your own heart you're breaking. That's why that's what I was picking up on that too, on the Lovers in reverse, not being a love situation, but within yourself. You're feeling heartbroken because you're breaking your own heart by not leaving to go to the new location that you're meant to, because that's where you're meant to go, to utilize your gifts and your talents, and you're wasting your gifts and talents. It's going to keep on, you're going to let it expire, and it's going to rot. And then, you know, there's so many people that have, that don't, I'm picking up, don't have as much talent as you do, that actually go out and do it, and still, they're actually prospering because they're actually using it, versus you who have many talents and not even using it. You're just sitting on it because you're afraid to leave the nest. And we got the gunshot. Well, okay. So what would it? You're killing your dream. That's what I'm picking up from that. You're breaking your own heart because you're killing your dream. So your dream, career, or what have you, is staying on the other side of fear. You're killing off your own dream. So if you don't want to do that to yourself, move to the new location. Stop hesitating. Yes, you still might want to plan and save, obviously, for it, but actually take the actions and the initiative to start saving for it, planning for it, and actually go and do it. Then we have the bottom of the deck, storm warning. I'm picking up, this is a warning. You just think that things are getting worse or bad enough as it is with all these obstacles and challenges. I'm picking up, this is a warning that something bigger is going to get your attention to make you leave if you don't start listening. Wow, okay. Of course, those of you that saw the reading would understand where I'm coming from, but many of you didn't. I'm also picking up, I need to use my own story for example. I kept being guided to write a certain book instead of the book I was writing, and I was being stubborn and not doing it. And I kept getting warnings, and then finally the storm came, a literal storm. Being in a tornado, literally, in one, like as in the midst of it, in a trailer. For those of you that did not watch that read, I mean, that's not a reading, but it's a spiritual message that I have up. God will go in a very big way to get your attention if you don't listen. So if you don't want to be in the worst storm of your life, don't be so stubborn that you get in your own way and don't listen. Because God will do it in a very big and powerful way. So, if you want things to be more graceful for you to go and not have a big storm, whether it's literally or figuratively, it's best that this is a warning that could happen. Not necessarily a tornado like I was in, but God will get your attention in a very big way. If you don't listen, something will happen to have you listen, till you listen. So it's best that you listen to the guidance, because you don't want to have that happen. And for those of you that you don't have to, I mean, just, but for those of you that want to know more on what I'm talking about as far as my story on that, there's a video on that. That's, I think, number 3, spiritual message. It's the one that talks about gifts, I believe, which this is all this has been talking about, using your gifts and talents. But for those of you that want to get more input on that, but I was guided as I pulled into that to use myself for an example. It's never a good idea to be so stubborn you want to do what you want versus what you're being told to do. So the best advice is to listen, or there will be something bigger come out your way. You just think the obstacles and challenges that's in your way now are big. It can get bigger. So big, you have no choice but to listen. So, it's just better, you know, you can do what you want, but if you don't want to make things harder on yourself, listen to the guidance that God gives you, and your spirit guides, what have you, and listen. And use your own discernment and pray on this, on whether this is your reading or not. But again, whoever resonates with this reading will already know they have already been being guided to do certain things or not. But with that being said, that's all for the reading. I hope that helped you in some way and brought you some form of clarity. And be sure to turn on the notification bell so you know each time I upload a new video. And like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, God bless.